For me, summer holidays was basically the same mom load. It's just more, more of the load because I had to do the same things in unfamiliar places, and I would have to be more creative and ready for anything because like anything can happen when you travel and when you stay in different places. So when our daughter was small, summer was not my favorite part of the year. Hi, and welcome to the Zen Supermom podcast. The episode today is for you if you're dreading the summer holidays. And if you do, then please know you're not alone. Typically, in my own experience as a child and then as a mom and now working with hundreds of super busy supermoms, I know that right after Christmas and the end of the year celebrations and holidays, summer holidays are usually the most stressful, the most pressured times, because let me know if that's true for you too. There's so many expectations. Everybody is looking for it forward to having it because it's a unique opportunity in the year, right? Like how often does that happen to you that throughout the year you could take more than just a weekend or 1 week off and enjoy it in some beautiful place, relaxing, not having to work, kids not having to wake up for school early in the morning. Usually also it's unique because you spend so much time and money on planning it, preparing it, doing bookings, all of this packing preparation. Everybody's hopes are really high up. And then it takes so little for everything to go down the hill. Kids get tired, things do not work out the way you want, weather sucks, they are disappointed for whatever reason. You're spending much more time together in smaller places if you're traveling together than you're normally used to throughout the year. So that brings additional tensions because patience is running thin, and then you or your partner or husband or wife are getting triggered that how come you little brats so ungrateful, we spent so much money and put so much effort in planning the perfect holidays for you and you dare not to enjoy it and not to be grateful and not to be nice. And then so you're spending so much money, packing so many beautiful assorted clothes, like pieces of clothes, trying to make the most beautiful postcard pictures so that then you can make all of your family and friends jealous. And then instead, it's really hard to find some moments when everybody is genuinely happy or at least not crying or not fighting. Feels heavy even thinking about it and talking about it, right? So, is it possible that this summer could be different? And if it is, then what would it take? What would need to change? And knowing that you cannot change anybody else outside, you cannot control how your kids are going to feel. You cannot control even the reactions of your partner, spouse, or parents. The only thing you can control is you and your reactions. And the sooner you start preparing for it mentally, not just like stressing and fearing and dreading the summer, but proactively preparing for it, the better. And this is what the episode today is about. Want to find out? Let's go. Hi, Supermom or Superdad. Alena here, your mommy tantrum specialist and the founder of the Zen Supermom system. And me and my team have helped hundreds of moms and dads start setting healthy boundaries with calm. And this is the first parenting podcast that is not about your kids, that shows you why none of the parenting techniques helped you stop yelling at your kids and how to control your emotions from jumping out so that you can be the safe, loving parent you wish you had growing up. This is the Zen Supermom podcast. Hi, Supermom or Superdad. My name is Elena. I'm the mommy tantrum specialist and the founder of the Zen Supermom and Superdad system, where we help busy but loving parents set healthy boundaries with calm so that you can stop yelling at your kids and they can grow up being kind and respectful kids while having nice memories of their parents too. Yeah. And talking about memories, let's talk about summer today. Yeah? Because I'm recording this episode today. It's the last day of May, and it felt very funny to be even thinking about recording this podcast episode today, because I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. The summer is coming. I can hear it from our clients and from people around the Zen Supermom community. They're already dreading the summer. They're already preparing plans and already scared because they remember that probably their last summer last year was not ideal. And I was thinking about, I wanted to do this episode today because my week, this week is a little bit lighter. There is midterm holidays in the UK this week, so I don't have that many assessment calls. And I have time, I have the space to record this podcast. But then I was sitting at the table where I usually sit. I'm looking outside of the window now, and it doesn't look like summer. I don't know where you're living and what your weather is, but today for us here in Paris, it's raining cats and dogs, how they say in English. There are such heavy showers, such thick rain that was crushing against our windows. The visibility is so low. There's such heavy gray clouds. So I was even thinking, how can I even get in a summer mood? How can I talk about summer? How can I prepare for talking about summer and summer mood if it looks like November outside? And then I realized, well, this is exactly it. This is exactly how you might be feeling. How can I even think about enjoying summer and creating some nice memories if all I'm fearing is this blah, and all I'm seeing around me as my reality today is all of that drama, all of that stress, all of that pressure, all of the struggles and fights with kids who are not listening? And how is it even possible to have a nice summer and real, beautiful, loving family pictures? Or is everybody doing it? Is everybody faking it? All of these people on the Instagram, do they bribe their kids into smiling on their family photos? Or am I the only terrible mom who's usually having drama with their kids and spouse or partner on their holidays? So yeah, I think actually it's the perfect time to talk about it, because you can let me know how much time do you have before the school ends. For us, it will be about 1 month, 1 week, and the school will stop. And I remember very clearly when my daughter was younger, before I really did all of my intense healing journey, I didn't used to like summer. For me, summer holidays was basically the same thing. Like I would always do. I would have to do it 24/7. Just take care of my daughter, take care of food, take care of clothes, just be her amusement and caregiver 24/7. I would just have to do it in different places, which would mean she would even sleep less, because when she was sleeping in a place that she didn't know, it was more difficult for her to sleep throughout the night. So I would just be more tired. It took much more planning and preparation, packing, worries that I'm going to forget about something. So for me, summer holidays was basically the same mom load. It's just more of the load, because I had to do the same things in unfamiliar places, and I would have to be more creative and ready for anything, because like anything can happen when you travel and when you stay in different places. So when our daughter was small, summer was not my favorite part of the year. And then when I realized about my memories, I was trying to remember back, like, how did my parents do it? And because as a kid, I had these really nice memories. I had beautiful memories. And so then I just remembered how stressed out my mom was in order to give us nice experiences. And then it also made me feel guilty, because we are expatriate family. So while my summer was full of 1 week here with one grandma, 1 week there with the other grandma, 1 week there with cousins at my aunt. My daughter doesn't have that. We don't have any family here. We are not going to travel all the way back to Czech Republic just so that she can spend like 1 week there, 1 week there. We are going to take that time to be in our small family of 3, because we don't get much time. We don't get many opportunities throughout the year to be all 3 of us together for extended periods of time. So we are going to use our summer for that. And so I used to feel guilty about poor my daughter, she's growing up without family, poor my daughter, she's not going to have beautiful memories of running around the woods and picking mushrooms and blueberries and I don't know what. So summer used to be heavy for me. And you can let me know what your thinking and feeling and memories are around your summers and how that projects into now. Okay, because this is not going to be a pity party episode. It's not, I promise. I want to start bringing your attention to now and into what you still have in your control and what still is in your power. Okay, so let's talk about it straight. My approach, very direct, very transparent. Let's just lay the cards on the table, okay? You can't control your kids, their experience. You can't control your partner or spouse, if they will get nervous, if they will get hungry, if they will get stressed out, if they will get frustrated, okay? You absolutely can't control the weather. You already know that. And you can't give your kids the best from your childhood that you loved. It's impossible to recreate exact same identical thing, memory for them. Okay? So let's make peace with that. Let's start there. Whatever regrets, guilt, shame, things that you wish you could influence, impact, change, but that are logically, realistically 100% out of your control, let's park that, okay? Let's get used to the idea that this is not possible. And if you do that to any extent, you're giving your power and energy away and you're wasting it. And you will not have that available for what you can change and control, okay? So let's take that first step. Clean your slate. Clean that table with your cards. If there's anything that is absolutely out of your control, take that out. Take that out of your list of worries, okay? So that then we have space now. You will save your energy to focus on what it is that you can control, okay? And let's start there. Because once I stopped feeling like a victim of all these things that I could not change, that I felt sorry for myself and for my daughter that I could not give her, once I stopped that victim story, stopped focusing on that, I realized that there are actually a lot of things that are in my power to change. Okay. An example, and you can tell me if that's true for you as well. You can then send me a note. One of the things that I realized where I was unintentionally, unconsciously tripping over myself and making the situation worse and less fun for me and our family was that I had all of those expectations and I was putting all of the pressure on myself. How is it that I had to entertain my daughter 24/7? How is it that I was feeling guilty for even thinking about taking some time off for myself, for what I love? Yeah, not always being there, not always thinking what my daughter wants and what would be best for her. I would even feel selfish, even entertaining the idea, well, how could I create some possibility for me so that I would enjoy this summer as well? Yeah, I realized that I was filling up my to-do list even during the summer, because everything else needed to be perfect. Even when she was out of school and I had to give her my full attention, I still wanted to keep running 100% of like perfection for my business, for my clients, for our home, and arranging all the birthday parties and all the trips, so that then the result was, I realized, it was much easier for me to lose my patience. It was much more difficult for me to be fully present with her because my mind was still on that to-do list. And then at the end of the day, when we were supposed to come home and just after a day full of events and full of trips and adventure, instead of being there to relax and share that connection together and maybe taking that time for myself to recover, I just kept pushing. I kept running off of my to-do list. I kept trying to do everything as perfect moms should be doing. And that just created drama for us. Yeah. So then I was really feeling like a victim of the summer, and I was wishing and counting down the days for the summer to be over so that she would go back to school and I would finally have less load for myself. But then how sad is that? Because then I felt guilty. The summer is gone. I didn't enjoy it. Like, it was so exhausting. And I was even doubting that my daughter enjoyed it fully because all of these other yes buts and comparing it to my childhood, right? How exhausting is that? And can you see how we are doing that to ourselves? So this is my invitation for you. If you would picture best summer ever, what would it look like? And yes, I know this is too open question and it invites you to even run your imagination wild and free and imagine that you would leave everybody behind for 2 months and go into some deserted island just with a book and quiet and peace and just, you guys take care of yourself, mama is off for 2 months. Okay, let's entertain those ideas as well. Like, have some fun with that. I'm not inviting anybody to do that and abandon your kids home alone, but if that gives you some fun and relief of pressure, then just, yeah, let's laugh, okay? And then look at that question again. How would your best summer ever look like? And how would that look like in terms of your energy? How would you want to feel no matter what? No matter what the weather is, no matter what your kids are doing, no matter what your partner or husband is saying or how he's reacting. How would you like to look at your summer? How would you love to feel on the first day of school? Whenever that is for you. I think for us it's like beginning of September. If I ask you in September, how was your summer? What would you be happy to tell me then? Yeah, give it a moment. I'm planting a seed in your mind now for the coming days and weeks to start asking yourself that question. What would my ideal summer be? So that when you look back in September, how would you like to feel? And even if you would look then 20, 30 years later, if you would find your old photos somewhere, your old photos of this summer, what would you love to see there? Because then my next question is going to be, I'm always going to turn it back to you, right? This is the first parenting podcast that's not about the kids. I can promise you that your kids will be willing and happy to take those beautiful smiling photos. Not always. But who do you need to be in order to get there? What is the energy with which you want to show up as a mom, as a partner, spouse, as a wife, as a woman, to have beautiful memories of your summer with your family or without them? Who do you need to be? How do you need to show up? What impact is that going to have on all those reasons why maybe your previous summer was not so much fun? Okay. Because this is once you start focusing on what is within your control. And it might be like, okay, I'm going to forget about my to-do list. I'm going to forget about, and I forgot about it. I'm talking from my own experience now. I could not care less how not tidy or not clean our home is. For me, this is just not going to be on top of my to-do list. Because while, yes, there are some hygienic minimum standards for us to live in a relatively clean space, I'm not freaking out like my grandma, who would be hand washing the entry outside exterior steps into their house every day. like, and washing her windows every week. And they had a 2-level house, so she was counting, and she was even telling me, I don't even remember how many windows they had. She was washing them every week. And I was growing up with this pressure to always be doing that myself in my home. So no thank you. Which of these cultural, family, generational pressures do you still have? How is everybody else outside of you making you feel about how your summer must be, how your family and your parenting must be, that no longer makes sense for you? Which of this can you let go in order to create some more space and joy for yourself, so that then you can keep eyes on the bigger goal? Yeah. And that bigger goal right now that we are talking about is enjoying your summer. You deserve it. You freaking deserve it. How hard are you working the entire year? You deserve to feel great and relaxed. You deserve to recharge your battery. What would it take for you to be able to... And I don't want to hear that. It's impossible because da 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 da. I get that. You have a long list why it's hard. But how about you start writing down equally, if not even longer, list of how you could make it happen? What could make it at least a little bit easier, if not easy? What could make it at least a little bit more fun, if not fun all the way? Yeah? What would happen if you let go of your victim story and of your stress and identity tied to the supermom, super always, super perfect personality that everybody pushed you into growing, into being when you were growing up? What could be the other side now? When you start healing that, when you start being conscious of what that's really doing to you and the impact it's having on you and how you feel as a woman. Yeah. Best summer ever. This is my invitation. So take out of this episode whatever serves you. Start thinking about it. I know that the first initial reaction to what I'm sharing might be defensive, like you're making it all sound like I'm making it up and then I'm not capable to handle it. No, that's not what I said. Listen to the episode again. I'm just inviting you. I'm just giving you one door out, one exit, one ray of hope. Whenever it feels like it's impossible, there's no exit, there's no way out, it's a black hole with no ladder up. Well, I'm just giving you a ladder so that you can start climbing up. So you can stop digging your hole and making it even deeper and darker and more ugh. I'm giving you a ladder so that you start climbing one part after the other. How could I have the best summer ever yet? I cannot wait to hear from you. Take very good care, Supermom. Start preparing now. It's going to take a while for you to start shifting those stories in your head. Start preparing now and keep me posted. Take very good care, and I cannot wait to see any pictures, aha moments, journal entries, anything that comes up, goosebumps photos, and all the things that I'm getting. I love it. Keep it coming. Keep the feedback coming so that I know how it's helping you. Take very good care. Want to know why those gentle parenting techniques are not working for you? Where is that uncontrollable anger that you feel with your kids? Where is it coming from? Then download this mini book. I prepared it for you, busy, loving, but yelling supermom or superdad. Because no, it's not about learning more parenting techniques. It's not about doing classic talk therapy. It's not about more self-care time so that you can de-stress. No, there's something deeper going on. It's not even about your kids. So I compiled this mini book out of my most successful 1 hour long live training that I'm doing. I compressed it in just a few pages so that you can learn these 2 keys that you need to be able to stay calm with your kids, no matter how stressed you are, no matter how much they are pushing your boundaries, so that you know what it's going to take for you to stay calm and set healthy boundaries without yelling. Want to know how? Get that mini book now.